Hoi chummers, welcome back to Shadowrun Hong Kong. Once again, I am Bull, and we are continuing on with our part 4 of our playthrough of Shadowrun Hong Kong by Harebrained Schemes. I reloaded the game, and I've got an interesting little glitch here. The game is running a little sluggish, so I did a reload because I've been doing a bunch of stuff in the background. And for some reason, Duncan has been cloned 4 times. I have no idea why. That would be really interesting if I ended up running around with a group of 4 of him, but I'm thinking it'll clear once I transition here. So anyways, we're heading into the Mahjong parlor. Nope, did not clear. Hold on. Me. I am running around with a pack of 4 Duncans. That is awesome. That'll be really interesting to see how that works. So, alright. Let's go figure out who we need to come in. We have a lot to talk about. Kindly Cheng. There we go. So, we are going to just dive right in, and that is so messed up. So, alright. You can feel every eye in the room as you cross the Mahjong parlor to the middle-aged woman sitting patiently at its end. The click-clack of ivory-colored tiles stops. Hands stray beneath the table into jacket pockets behind backs. The woman has the face of a prison guard and the demeanor of an inmate. Her salt and pepper hair is pulled into an iron-hard bun, and beneath it 2 shiny black eyes offer nothing. Buttons sewn on a doll. A nearly empty bottle of something foul rests on her mahjong table, nestled between a pair of dirty shot glasses. Tiny puddles of brown linger at their bottoms. Gobbet and Isabel stand on the other side of the table, heads lowered, shoulders slumped, hands clasped. They risk a frightened glance at you as you approach. Kindly Cheng's voice is nasal and rusty mean. My little pair of fuck-ups here told me all about what happened on the docks. She dips a pinky into a shot glass, brings it to her mouth, removes it with a sharp smack. How 2 of my best runners had their heads put out. How you need protection, and how you need to get your identities wiped before you get your heads put out too. Potentially leading the heat to my front door, placing me and everyone in my employ in danger. She fingers the rim of her glass. So wise, so very, very wise. We're sorry, Auntie, we thought. You mustn't speak until you are spoken to, Gobbet, dear. And since you are 1 short hair away from being dumped in the river chained to Isabel's corpse, I suggest you let your new friends here do the talking for a while. Does that make sense to you, dear? Yes, Auntie. Very good, you learn so quickly. Let's try buttering her up. Gobbet's eyes dart from you to the Triad boss and back again. A thin trickle of perspiration slides from beneath the ropes of her hair. Kindly Cheng slowly turns, directs her attention to you. Her voice remains cloyingly sweet. I count little Gobbet here as among my most resourceful runners-up, but I admit, it's good to have outside validation from time to time. The look of gratitude from the young rack shaman is deeply sincere and exceedingly brief. Kindly's chin lowers and her nostrils flare. And now that you've shared that valuable little tidbit, perhaps you'd be so kind as to keep your fucking mouth shut until you were spoken to. Can you do that for me? Let's nod. I do appreciate it, dear. She pours another drink. Her cheeks are rosy, already flushed. Now, my darlings, I understand from little rat shit here that you came from Seattle to meet with my client, Mr. Black. Wu's jaw tightens at the word client. But before you could find him, the HKPF started splattering gray matter everywhere and everything went to shit. And now you need your sins burned so that you can disappear before you end up dead too. Is that right? I will note my one complaint with this is that they don't use enough of the shadow slang. A lot of cursing. But and you know, whatever, it's not that big a deal to me if, you know, I don't feel the need to censor it per se, but Frag and Drek are very much a very integral part of Shadowrun for me. So I would much rather see some of the characters using that instead of fuck and shit. But whatever. And now you need your sins burned so that you can disappear before you end up dead too. Is that right? Yes, ma'am. We'll be polite. Very good. Why don't you start by telling me who you are? Chaos. Oh, you've already chosen a street name. How prescient of you. Chaos. It's a good name. Has real character. Now, what's your real name? I mean, you do want me to erase your identities, don't you, dear? I'll need to know who you are first. I know the type, and how did you become someone who does what needs doing? I can lie, I can lie, I can lie. Looks like the gun show is in town. What's your name, gun show? Duncan Wu. I'm a cop. Lone Star. I hear there were some fresh corpses found on the docks tonight. Smugglers, I believe. Didn't sound like Hong Kong police when I heard about it. You're doing Duncan Wu? I identified myself as Lone Star, but they wouldn't stand down. They had weapons. It was self-defense. I don't care, sweetie. They weren't my people. But now I know you're a life-taker, Mr. Gunshow, you and your friend here. But now I'm curious, why were you meeting Raymond Black on the docks tonight? Interesting. Sorry, kids, but he was looking like shit when I saw him. Eyes half open, dark cinders around them, dragging his feet, the whole bit. Your foster daddy was in a bad place. Sounds like he wasn't sleeping. Could be. From what he said, it sounded like he was having nightmares. He would stop in the middle of a sentence, mutter something to himself. One time it was about the walls breathing or something. Another time it was about teeth. Thousands of teeth. Oh, this does not sound good. This is sounding like I'm in a Cthulhu story. I remember him drifting off near the end of our meeting. It looked like he was off somewhere else in his head. He said, I left prosperity in there. Then Nightjar put his hand on Mr. Black's shoulder, asked him why he wanted to go into the walled city so badly. That seemed to bring him back. I'm going to guess prosperity is the name of something. It's kind of like Rosebud is the sleigh. When your old man opened his eyes, they were full of tears. Then he muttered something else I couldn't make out. Your daddy got real irritating after a while. Prosperity could be a person. I have no fucking clue. Alright, let's get to it. You two need your sins burned and you need them burned fast. Hong Kong dragnets are bad news. When they roll in force. Armored personnel carriers, heavy armor, heavy weapons, sorcerers, the whole thing. And they aren't coming to arrest you. The good news is I can help you. With a wave of my hand, I can have your sins disappear. What you need to understand, my darlings, is that what you're asking for is not a simple request. Burning a sin isn't just deleting a number. It's wiping all references to that number from all of the world's largest databases. It's masking your mugshot in their facial recognition database so that the first camera you walk past doesn't bring them down on you like a ton of bricks. It's covering our fucking tracks so that the act of burning your sin doesn't lead them right to us. It requires contacts in numerous corporations and the UCAS government. It requires someone like me. Therefore, I need to make a decision. Do I kill you and dispose of your bodies before the cops come looking for you, or do I help you burn your sins? We're more valuable alive. Are you, my darling? If you're dead, things appear to be much less complicated. Okay, you live for now. I'll put your sins to the torch. However, I'll need to call in several valuable favors from within my networks, and those favors do not come cheap. You will owe me. I want you to deliver a message for me to a business associate in Walled City. The Yellow Lotus has a strong presence inside, Stephen. Isabel can tell you all about it, can't you, dear? Isabel grew up in the Walled City. They collect taxes for the corporations, extort protection money from shopkeepers, run drugs, guns, people. They hurt people. We do those things, yes, but to be fair, we also operate the Walled City's black market. You might not be alive today if it weren't for the lifeline that we provide. This is a red pole, a sort of enforcer. Yes, on the inside, his name is Strangler Bao. Bao is a strong man, a good soldier, but he has forgotten his place. I need you to remind him. No, if I wanted him dead, I would have said so. Don't jump to conclusions. You aren't any good at it. This is a message for Bao. You will deliver it to him in my name and then return to me. Remember, Chaos, Bao's men are my men. By right, they should all be serving me. I would prefer if he did this quietly and without killing them. I have no use for dead soldiers. One of you will go with these two Westerners to the walled city. Help them locate Bao and show them to the ropes. The other will remain with me. I have several menial and degrading tasks that are going around the establishment. No matter who goes and who stays, you both pay for bringing the NAPB to my door. Yes, Auntie. Yes, Auntie. Now, I'm going to find out who ordered the hit on Nightjar and do some dentistry on him with power tools. That boy was my favorite. He sang to me sometimes. That's a little disturbing. The other one, I don't care about. Gutshot was an asshole. Jesus. Nobody liked him. That will be all, my darlings. Return to me when you are done. Yeah, one last question. Why not? Apparently I'm feeling generous. What happened on the docks tonight? I don't know. Yay, we got some karma. Now, let's see what happens. Since I have this whole group of Duncans with me. Well, let's see where I'm going. Nope, that's not going anywhere. Alright, we need to head back out somewhere so we can transition. Oh, there is something over here. Bolt hole. The original name has been typo. I should probably say has been sloppily painted over with black paint. Newer but somewhat weathered characters have been painted in bold strokes and read Bolt Hole. There's the dude we need to talk to. Oh, hey, are we down to one Duncan again? Or did the others just get lost somewhere along the way? I don't know, but it'd be good. Auntie Cheng said you'd be coming. You could pass. Alright. Enter the walled city. Oh, nope, there's the other ones. When traveling to new mission locations, you will be able to choose which members of your team to bring and modify their loadout for the run. When members of your team become permanently incapacitated on a mission, they will automatically be extracted for emergency medical care. They will be patched up and ready for action the next time, so return to Hawaii. Avoid the loss of firepower by always carrying some dock wagon trauma kits. Alright, well I get to take one. I'm going to take the Decker, because she would be useful. It's got this. This must be... that's why. Okay, I see what it's doing. It's being a pain in the butt is what it's doing. What else does she have? A mini grenade launcher. A deck. A sliver gun, and a couple of those, and a proximity grenade. Neat! Yes. Alright, since I'm a mage, I don't necessarily need the shaman. So we will do it this way. Alright, so let's get in and get going. Equipment in stash. Oh, crap, we have a whole bunch of gear in our stash. Oh, excellent, and I can give some of them to them. Oh, there we go. Hook him up. Hook her up. And there we go. Actually, yeah, that's good. We'll do that. I don't know if the gear in your stash refreshes at all or not. I'm assuming not. Although maybe the locked gear does. Also not sure. I'll have to play around. Game autosaved and blank screen must be loading. There we go. You have karma available to improve your... Yes. Oh yeah, we should probably spend our karma. I got 4 points. I put a couple into charisma. And willpower. Let's get a point of intelligence. And a point of strength. Just kind of balance myself out a little bit. Yep, I've only got one Duncan again. Oh well. Foul, oily water rains down from above, mixes with the filth and offal and swill of the streets, turns it into a flowing slurry of unrecognizable sewage. In the distance, the sounds of back alley activity add to the ambience of your arrival. Breaking glass, the crackle hiss of garbage fire, faint screams of terror punctuated by the occasional gunshot, sex and business and violence and misery blended into one. Wu winces at the stink, waves a hand in front of his face. Man, we just keep going from stink to stinky to stinkier. Raven said that prosperity is in the walled city, but I don't see it. Why the hell would he set one foot in this place? Who knows? He'd have to be insane to travel to the walled city. As I think we said, it's the worst slum in the Eastern Hemisphere, maybe the worst in the world. Can't believe I grew up in here. Sorry to drag you back. You could have brought Gobbet instead. I would have been cool with that. There was a market over there when I was a kid. Might not be a bad place to start. I thought you knew where to find Strangler Bow. I do. We need to get into the Lotus Den. That's what the Bow calls his little island of control that he's carved out for himself. It's a stupid name, but it's stuck. He'll have guards posted at every entrance, but we might be able to find a way around them through the market. That's what Kindly would prefer. They probably weren't expecting anyone to come in for us. We can kick in the door, drop the guards, hand over the message, and get the hell out. Kindly doesn't want them dead. She wants them to remember where their loyalties lie. It's tough to remember much of anything when you've got a bullet in your head. I mean, technically we could kill them if you really wanted to. Technically, Bao is the only one that has to live, but I'd rather keep Anti-Cheng happy than piss her off again. This group's safety is my biggest concern. I like the way you think. I want out of this place as fast as possible. Let's do this. Alright. We got a merchant we can talk to. Come on. There we go. What's the news? Anything interesting? No, nothing ever changes. Nothing changes. Strangler Bao is the big man now. He's very, very important, very impatient. You know Bao? We'd love to meet him. Well, he requested a suit, and it only took 1 day longer than expected. The bastard refused to accept it. You see your friend Bao, you tell him he still owes me for my time. I don't sew for nothing. You can't eat air. get right on that. Now what else do you want? Prosperity? I don't know what that means. Alright. Well, Bao's an asshole. Alright. Got people sleeping in the streets. Bloodied woman. A young woman lies on the ground. She's a bloody mess. Streaks of spatters of crimson crisscross her blouse and mat her hair. Judging by the quality of her clothing and the bag on her shoulder, you'd make her out as a student. She's as out of place here as a librarian would be in a game of urban brawl. She struggles to move, but she's clearly exhausted. The dark circles under her eyes tell you that she hasn't slept in days. When the woman sees you heading her way, her face hardens. You see her hand slip into her jacket pocket, but as she studies your face, the fear in her eyes gives way to curiosity. You guys don't look like you're from around her. Here. You either. Who are you? I'm a student at HKU. Doing some research. Gotta finish before I can leave. I wasn't alone, not until a few days ago. I'd been living with a family in one of the inner blocks for the last couple of months working on my master's thesis. Funny place to write a thesis. It's the right place for mine. My thesis is on the Feng Shui in the Sixth World. Okay, I don't have academic, so... Everything, I think. Absolutely everything. Rich people hire geomancers to design the interiors of their home, to achieve them just the right place to achieve balance and harmony. The poor have nothing like that. Leave a slum to fester long enough and you get this. I think the negative feng shui of places like this affects the people who live here. That it changes them in a fundamental way, makes them less capable of breaking the cycle and getting out. That's what I'm trying to prove. Before the awakening, people thought of feng shui as a philosophical system. Now, in the Sixth World, it's more than that. It's actually a form of magic. It doesn't look like a place where people have harmonized with anything. No, it isn't. Not at all. The feng shui in the walled city is completely screwed. I mean, just look at the place. The key is all wrong here. You can feel it, right? I felt something was wrong the minute I walked in. Bad key, huh? Stupid tabbing. Key needs to flow. Positive feng shui allows that to happen. If key gets pent up and trapped, it goes sour. That's what's happening here. The woman clears her throat, then lets out a hacking cough. The effort requires a moment for her to recover before she speaks again. You know, I hate to admit it, but I could use some help. I started running well, I guess you'd call it an experiment of sorts. Nothing conclusive, just a few quick trials to support my hypothesis before I go into hardcore data gathering mode. I got crumpled note. There are only a few things left to do. If you could finish them for me, please follow the notes on this sheet. Just say what you need us to do. I need you to make adjustments to the area's feng shui. My notes will tell you how, and the goal is to remove sources of friction and to record the results. My hypothesis is that even a small adjustment can have a measurable impact on the key flow, and if I'm right, it should improve, and life should get just a little bit better. You rest. I'll take care of it. Alright. Sparking wires, trinket man. Broken water shut-off valve. Lower level, burning tires, past market. Alright. Well, I got things to keep an eye out for now, apparently. So, alright. We continue on. Where is... there she is. I'm gonna say, Isabel's kind of lagging there. Not that it really matters too much. They'll catch up automatically, I think, but... Let's head down here and see what we've got. Merchant. Street vendor gestures toward a jumbled pile of tarnished chairs, costume jewelry, and trinkets on the stained flannel blanket. Look at these beautiful beauties. Very valuable. Very pretty. Show me what you're selling. How can you stand this place? Ever here? Okay. Show me what you're selling. Ah. He's got, summoning material. Unfortunately, I can't summon, so those are useless. How can you stand this place? You mean my home? In my experience, you can get used to anything regardless of how horrible it is. Nope. Not that someone say around here. Alright, walk away. Because, well, not much I can do there. Intelligence 2. Patch. Okay, hey! Quick patch shot with some nearby waste rubber leaves the warriors safe once more. Alright. Huzzah! Let's head up this way. Inspect. The market stall has been picked clean, its owner replaced by a pool of dried blood. Oh, well, that's pleasant. A well-muscled and heavily tattooed triad member looks up from his PDA, bored but alert. Behind him, other Yellow Lotus soldiers take notice and turn to leer at you. Also doesn't run. Merchants belong to Bao now. Get lost. Alright, well, we can't go that way. At least not yet. So let's head up here and see what's shaking. Oh, I can't go anywhere else there. I could go gun him down, I suppose, but that's really not what she wanted. So we should probably try not doing it that way. Let's try something else. Here we go. No, that's her. Did I miss something else? Maybe? I can't go back. I'm apparently missing something. Somewhere. Alright, so we wander around a little bit. Do here. The note says sparking wires, which I got, broken water shutoff valve, and burning tires. So I must go to the lower levels here in a bit. Can I? No, there's nothing there. Any chance can I just go past them? Well, that didn't work at all. Alright. Oh, I probably could have gone here. I don't know if there's anything over there. Yeah, this didn't work out at all. Oh well. Let's just see what I can do. Alright. Not a whole lot I can do here. So we'll just try to do a little damage. Oh, ow. I don't have Isabel's healing, or Gobbet's healing now. Oh! Well, isn't that pleasant? He's got a spell. I'd really stand to drop this guy. I got an achievement. Screw the job. Alright, well, I guess I got an achievement for doing it this way. Ah, that wasn't... Why did I move? Damn it. She was supposed to fire there. Apparently I've got something else screwed up. Now she's stuck out in the open. Fuck. That's terrible. Oh, ow. Bad things. Okay, I see what I was doing wrong. I was thinking, for some reason I thought it was a proximity mine grenade thing, so that I had to actually fire it at somebody, like, and drop it like a mine. Yeah, I'm a dummy. I know it's a grenade, but like I said, I'm just a dummy. Let's just get through this in one piece. There we go. Now we screwed that up, just all kinds of righteously. All right, well let's take a look. Let's use that on Isabel. Alright, a little bit of healing never hurts. Alright, and with that, I think we're going to kill this video. Because, yeah, we're at the 35-minute mark. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. It's been my pleasure. I am Bull, and we will be back with part 5 shortly. Like and subscribe, and come back for the next part. We'll see you then.